Let me get into this gaggery. I don't even sing gaggery, but I'm just, feeling like a Melissa Edwards.
Yes!
Hello guys, it's me, Arpia. Welcome to my room. Today, I want to, bring you along with me. I'm just gonna be getting into drag and I want your company, so please stay. Grab your frizzy drink, grab your glass of wine, grab your preferred alcohol. I don't do you know what I mean? And come with me. I've got the wig ready. It's here. And I've styled it the other day, but the curls have gone a little bit flat. So I'm gonna refresh it, bring some life into this wig. And I'm thinking of adding some little gems, some little diamonds, some little crystals onto the wig, and let's see how it's going to go. If I don't like it, I'll take it off. But if I do, you see bling bling on my head. Anyways, stay tuned and yeah, stay tuned. Thank you. Guys, unfortunately the footage of me styling the wig got corrupted, so I lost it. So this is just me showing you the end result. So I'm back now. I got my skincare done and I also put on my eye contacts and I'm ready to start. I'm gonna start with the eye today. Sometimes I start with my base, sometimes I start with my eyes. So today I want to do the eyes. It's not going to be anything too intricate, but it's just something that I want to do first today. Alright you guys, so off camera I applied some concealer and I also set it with some translucent powder just a little bit. I didn't go crazy, and I do that so when I apply the eyeshadow it can cling onto the eye better and it can, reach its full potential. Today I'm going for a smoky eye and I'm using this color as a first layer for the smoky eye. I'm applying the eyeshadow from the outer corner of the eye and I'm following the brow bone and I'm also blending outwards towards my temple, and I'm making sure that I'm looking straight to the mirror so the shape that I want to do is right, because sometimes when you look down and you're applying your eyeshadow and then you look up, it just looks a mess. So now with this smaller blending brush, I'm just adding some brightness underneath my brows because I don't block my brows, so I need to create an illusion of a really big eye, and that does the trick. And now I'm just making sure that I'm happy with the blend, that I'm happy with the shape, so I can move on to the next step. Now, I don't really know what I want to do in the inside corner. I know that I want to do something bright. I don't know if I want to do a cut crease, but I'm just going to go through my eyeshadow palette and I'll see what inspires me. To intensify the smoky eye, I'm just going in with a darker eyeshadow. I'm mixing a black and a dark brown, and I'm just doing the same kind of motion that I did before with the fluffy brush. So now I'm going in with a small flat brush and I'm just applying this bright satin color onto the inner corner of the eyes, and I'm just blending in with the darker eyeshadow and I'm just applying onto where I want the light to reflect and make my eyes look all pretty in that. Since this color is so close to the color that it was before, I'm having to move my face just to see how it's reflecting. And this color is just literally to, reflect the light and make sure that my eyes look reflective, if you want to call it that. I went in with some layers with this pigment because I really wanted it to pop, and I really wanted to make sure that all the areas that I desired was covered. And I went in with another fluffy brush just to make sure the blend is nice. Now what I want to show you is a little trick. Some of you might know, some of you don't know, but you see these corners, I want them to be a little bit more snatched. I want them to be cleaner. So after I've done it, I go in with a wipe and I'll just clean it, and then it's going to be nice and straight and how I want it. See? I'm going to pause with my eyes because I'm going to finish it, you know, after I do my whole face. And the reason for that is that I think I want to do some eyeliner, and I also want to, you know, put the eyelashes. So I want to do this at the end. And yeah, I'm gonna do my brows and then my base. To start off my eyebrows, I'm going to apply hairspray onto a spoolie, and then I'm going to apply that on my brow hairs just to make sure that everything is in place. When I do my eyebrows, I like to go in with a cream contour stick and apply it with a very thin and precise brush. I like to use the cream formula because it gives me a lot of precision when I'm doing my strokes and creating the shape that I'm going for, and then I can go then instead with a powder of my choice. After I'm happy with the shape that I created, I'm just gonna set that with some powder, and today I'm using a really deep brown eyeshadow color. For the look that I'm going today, I want to feel really Latina, so I really want my brows to be, you know, very filled in, very defined, and just that whole magic. So now that I'm done with my eyebrows, all I'm going to do is start putting my base, and I'm going to correct any mistakes that I did, and, you know, just refine anything on the eyes, and do the contour and the powders and all of that. When it comes to the base or the skin, whatever you want to call it, I like to start off with a primer to make sure all the pores are filled. Just before I apply the foundation, I like to create a safe margin with concealer using a flat small brush. I like to do that just to be safe because in the past when I applied foundation, it would go on the eyeshadow or on the eyebrows, so I just like to do that to be safe and secure. So now I'm just gonna blend all of that, and I'm going to move on to foundation. So previously I applied the primer to the top half of my face, and now I'm just applying to the bottom half of my face just to make sure that the pores are filled and so that the foundation lays down nicely. I started applying foundation from my neck up, and I forgot that I didn't color correct, so I'm gonna stop halfway and just color correct really quickly. For color correcting, I go in with the orange shade and I apply it with a flat medium brush. After that, I just set it with a little bit of powder, and color correcting is done. Color correcting can be really scary, but the foundation is going to cover it all, and you see in a minute everything's going to be covered, and yeah, you're not going to have a 5 o'clock 11 o'clock 4 o'clock shadow. So as you can see, the foundation covered all the orange areas, and I know the foundation color looks a bit crazy, but it's gonna work out, trust me. Now I'm applying this stick foundation onto my face. It's obviously a really dark color, but this will be blended out, and this will serve to create shadows in my face so I can look more feminine. So I'm going to create the highlights, and I'm using the same concealer from before, and I'm just applying onto the areas that I want to bring out. With a small flat brush, I'm just going to do the same process that I did with my face. I need to be really precise when I'm doing the contour and highlight of my nose. So I like to use the small flat brush because it gives me a lot of precision. And I also use the wand from the concealer. Then I just blend everything out and I make sure that I'm happy with it. And then I'm going to move on to powder. With a powder puff, I'm going to powder all of my face, and I'm going to press the powder onto my face to make sure that everything is set. I'm going to be removing the excess with a really big fluffy brush. It's kind of weird, but I use a fan brush to bronze my face. I apply the bronzer onto the areas where I applied the contour. For the nose, I just use a small fluffy brush. Suddenly, I've got really good lighting. What happened? My brain just decided to tell me now to turn this thing on. But anyways, I finished my skin, and now I'm going to do my lips and then set it all up. and then add some highlighter. And you know, we're getting to that good part where we put the wig, and you know, it's gonna get really good. I can't wait. Just keep on watching, and I'll see you in a bit. After wiping my lips, I go in with a cream foundation and I apply the product with a very thin and precise brush. I obviously overline my lips to create the illusion of bigger lips. I go in with a bright colored lip gloss and apply it onto the center of my lips. Then I blend it with a sponge to create a gradient effect. To finalize the lips, I apply some lip gloss onto the center of my lips and also at the very top of my top lip. So these are the lips done. I really like it. It's almost like an Instagram filter. Anyways, I'm going to do the final touches to my eyes, add the lashes, and then maybe an eyeliner, we'll see. And then I'll come back to do some highlighter and then the wig. I did decide to do the eyeliner, and I'm applying the liquid eyeliner onto the inner corners of my eyes. I then go in with an eye pencil and apply it to the waterline. I apply black eyeshadow with a small blending brush, add the lashes, apply mascara to the top and bottom lashes, and the eyes are now complete. So these are the eyes complete. I'm loving it. And I'm going to set my face now. Then now I'm going to add a little bit of a highlighter. Whenever I do highlighter, I always mix two. I always use like a rosy, kind of like a gold kind of color, you know. I used to use like really blinding icy ones, and basically what would happen is I would look really ashy. So I like to apply here, on my nose, here, and that's it. I don't really like to be glowing too much. What I like to do is kind of also do it with my fingers, because sometimes with the brush it doesn't really work, so I just use my fingers and it works a little better. I like to put a little bit here. I'm gonna do it with my fingers. I like to go underneath my eyebrows. I like to put it on my nose, on the tip of the nose, just a little bit. And I also like to put here in the middle, right here. Just to give the impression that your nose is really tiny and cute and small. And maybe, just a very faint. But yeah, that's what I do. Let me just intensify on the side because today I'm feeling it. So this is more or less the look complete. I'm gonna put on a wig and I'll come back with a full RP fantasy, okay? See you in a bit. So this is the look complete. I'm really happy the way it turned out. For some reason I'm feeling my J-Lo fantasy. I don't know why, don't ask me. This look was inspired by the 90s era, the era that I was born. I really liked the songs from it, the music, the visuals. And yeah, I'm just feeling my 90s vibes. Oh my gosh, you guys, thank you so much for watching the video until the end. I'm really happy with the result and I'm so glad you're here. Hope you enjoy. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. I'm new to YouTube, so I really need your support. My name is Arpia and I'll see you next time. Ciao!